The sandstorm deafens our senses as we approach a structure. A rock formation creates an overhang shielding us from the sand. A hooded, slender figure in many coats makes their way under the cover of this formation. They fall over exhausted from their journey through the storm. After a moment, they turn to the back wall and begin to examine it. After inspecting it, they discover a loose series of rocks. They excavate the scene and find something. A tape. A tape with a single word labeling the front. Ember. They drop their hood and remove their goggles as they examine this tape. Bees takes a deep breath and looks around before setting off on a mission.
What if this has all been a reference to the movie Ember?
Oh my god.
Is that a movie?
I don't know. I'm
It should be.
I don't know either.
That's what we know Beast for.
Yeah, I'm not trying to spoil anything yet.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Wanderful, a somewhat D&D podcast. I am your host and DM, Tyler, and I'm joined by my three good boys, Kyle, Matt, and Jeremy. Say hello, my three good boys, Kyle, Matt, and Jeremy.
Hey, Kyle.
Huzzah.
Barney is Elder Grumbo. There, I said it.
Oh my god, no. Jesus Christ. Don't you do that.
Spoilers.
Don't you slander the
guys.
name of Elder
Spoilers.
Grumbo like that.
God.
Spoilers. Yeah, we've been scripting this out for a couple of years, and I've had that one close to the chest.
I would much rather the reveal be Elder Grumbo Zips, and it turns out he was a giant worm the whole time. See, that's
That
much
could
simpler.
happen.
Spoilers for
Hey,
Road to
That
Redemption.
is more likely to
guys.
happen than the other one.
I'm just saying,
Come on.
I did call Big Worm for Big Bad.
Did.
You
You
did.
don't know that it's a
did.
big
You
worm.
did
You
call
just know
Big
there's a
Worm Big
worm.
Bad.
You don't know
Big
anything.
Bad Worm.
Big Worm.
You don't know anything about the size of my worm. It could be really small.
Beg to differ.
It could be fist size.
We all
Wouldn't
know
that be
he's-
scary? A worm the size and width of a fist? It's
I
just
mean-
a fucking chunk.
A chunky worm.
It'd be
It
like a
doesn't really
worm
inch a
baseball.
whole lot. He rolls.
I would make a sport
We-
out of that worm.
We've seen a little bit of Carveth. We've seen a little bit of Bond.
A
Now
little
it's
bit of
time for
Monica.
a little bit of everyone's favorite asshole, Elandi. How you doing? How you doing, Jeremy? This is your time to shine.
It's your time to be the
It's the
bad boy
Elandi
of
episode.
Wonderful.
It's an Elandi episode, people.
Yeah, I thought
Buckle in.
Elandi doesn't steal the spotlight enough. Let's take a whole episode. Let's do
Get
it.
ready.
Him and his inconsistent voice.
Let's go do some office work.
This time, it'll be,
Inconsistent voice. Did you
this
say?
time it'll be Vampire Elandi. Wow.
Hey, it is I, Elandi.
It is I, Elandi. Give me the robots.
Teach me
Come
the
the
ways of
robots
robotics.
again. Yeah,
I'm the one who robot now. Step aside, Barney. It is time for Cyber Elandi.
Barney, I need to talk.
Let's take the beginning of this episode first, like I did with the other two. Give us a little insight into what's going on with Elandi, how he's feeling, and give us like a little more truth, since you're not telling the other guys how he's feeling. Like what's going on in his mind? How's he feeling?
So currently he is. Do you want me to set the scene of where he's at right now?
No, I'm gonna do that.
Okay. So he is genuinely very disheartened with their failure. He did take it extremely hard, but he also has not for a second forgot Barnabas's sin. And while he doesn't want his brothers to throw away their lives for revenge, he's not nearly as important as they are, and he views himself as aggressively expendable.
All right.
For a number of reasons, but first and foremost, he's the older brother. They're in this mess. It is his fault. So they weren't able to save their dad, and that's on him. And he's taken that to heart. He doesn't want to involve them anymore because it's hard for him to not see them being involved as him dragging them into his mess that he made for his family, that he has a responsibility to clean up and he has a responsibility to protect his brothers from, regardless of whether or not they would want to help him. He thinks allowing them to help him would just be exacerbating his sin. And so he's been on a warpath, and been intentionally burning about every bridge he can find, because it's hard to be sad about a guy you hate not existing anymore. And at this point, he doesn't plan on existing by the end of this. Not that he's intentionally going to do anything. He just doesn't see a way he couldn't come up with a plan where he does it by himself and it goes great.
All right. Well, that was a lot. That was heavy.
I was going to say that's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
And Elandi, how does that make you feel?
He's very sad. It makes him feel very
see the
sad.
forest before you see the rocks. You got to be looking down to get up.
You got to be looking down to get up.
Listen, you're in the doldrums.
So what exactly is Elandi's plan without like spoiling like what you plan on doing this episode? Like, I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
yes. Can I, and we can cut this if not, is this a good point to reveal the new power he didn't tell anyone about?
Oh, shit.
Okay, so that's the first scene I have. So maybe let's play that out and then we can regroup at your garage and talk about that.
Okay.
So
his garage was filmed in front of a live studio audience.
So we see a kitchen in an office that's inside town hall. And this is like the break room area. There's like a fridge. There's food with people's names written on them. There's a magnetic calendar stuck to the fridge to make sure everyone stays on task and those sorts of things. And we see two people, two average Joes sitting at the counter talking, and Elandi's sitting there as well. Not so much an active part of conversation, but
what's going on, Charles? How you doing today?
I'm doing good there, Jim.
Doing good. Here, I hear that. Just living the dream. Am I right?
Hell, you better believe it.
Oh man, you got that report ready? Because old Barney.
Aside from the old nagging husband of mine, that's what these extra bags under my eyes.
Oh shoot, you don't look a day under 20. You looking good, man. You looking good.
Cram session, feels like the good old college days. I cracked me open one of those Barnabas brand energy drinks, and I got.
Oh man, don't I know it?
Those Blue Barns, that's what I think they're called, canonically.
And you two notice while rambling, you heard you hear Elandi snoring some. I just heard you make that sound. Elandi, who you believed was at least somewhat part of this conversation. You've known Elandi for a little bit. Y'all been working for a few weeks, so you know his whole deal.
You want to see how many pins and or spoons we can hang off this fool before he wakes up again?
Oh man, that sounds like a good old time.
We're going to spend
some spoons.
Yeah, we're going to spend about 15 minutes hanging spoons from like his nose, his cheeks.
Yeah.
His
so
chin.
So as you start hanging things from Elandi's face, the camera sort of pulls away and slides through the walls, and we see a few offices down. we see the door that leads to Janelle's office. We phase through the door, and inside we see through the lens of the camera and the viewer, we see a spectral apparition of Elandi rifling through everything in this office.
Oh, shit.
Where the fuck is it? I know she mentioned it was in here somewhere. I know it's in one of these files. I just need to find it. When she get back, I've got a few more minutes.
What is it exactly you're looking for, Elandi?
Oh, my God.
This is going to kind of be up to you of...
Okay. I wasn't sure if you had something in mind.
So I have something in
by what you're
mind,
saying.
but it's one of those things where it's based on conversations he had with Janelle.
Uh-huh.
It seemed like she didn't know exactly how the robot's control works, but she has the files, or at the very least, she has access to the information. So he's either looking for how she can... If she has the information in her office, he's looking for that. If she has the passcodes or whatever to get into the place with that information, he's looking for that.
Yeah. Okay. So...
But that's why I said it's up to you, because if that's completely barking up the wrong tree, then...
No. It's not barking up the wrong tree. I'm just trying to figure out what exactly would be in here. Elandi, you start... you're spectrally rifling through. Does your spectral form... Like, are you able to, like, touch things and move stuff? How does this work? Explain to us what this ability is.
So, Elandi gained the ability to enter the ethereal plane at will, but it causes his body to be unconscious and like he can't
which is funny because elves don't sleep.
Right. And he can't properly perceive out of his main body, but like obviously if someone jerks or whatever, he'll kind of like he'll feel a tug towards his corporeal form. But basically and he has to stay within a certain distance of his body. Not like if he goes beyond it, like he'll sever. More like it's a physical, like he can't physically go further. So if someone moves his body, he'll like get dragged with them or whatever. But other than that, he basically is going to be seeing the world in black and white. He can move through objects, no problem. I do think it is ambiguous on whether or not he can directly interact with things, but considering all he would have to do is just phase his head slightly through the file at different amounts, I think it's more interesting to have him...
We can call it ghost rules. Like, you can, like, lightly, like, move a chair.
Yeah,
or,
I thought that's more visually interesting, and it's not going to mechanically make a difference, because I could still look at files if I can just phase through stuff. It's just, he moves his head into the file.
It would take you a really long time to, like... each word.
Yeah.
It's like eerily similar to the
it would just
vision shit. That's so cool.
He can Danny Phantom.
True.
But he should be invisible to a normal eye, but obviously the things he's moving is not going to be. It'll literally look like there's a haunting or whatever.
Yeah. So you're rifling through this office and you're feeling little tugs back to your body as you assume the other two are doing something with your body, but you're not really worried about that. You're on a mission. You are scrubbing through all of the files on and in Janelle's desk. And the best you're able to find is you're able to figure out where the robots are manufactured and worked on, which, had you already figured that out?
She brought me to a facility.
She did bring you to it.
Yeah, I've already been in that
Okay,
facility.
I couldn't remember. It's been a while.
Yeah, you're good.
So you are able to you find documents pertaining to the manufacturing of the robots, where all that takes place, some of which you already knew. You find out that Janelle is the top dog in this whole venture, save for Barnabas, who so you've been able to figure out through conversation with Janelle and some of the stuff you're reading and some of these documents that these robots have been around longer than Janelle has. Yeah. Well, longer than she's been around. Which I think she had said to you something of the sort.
Yeah, Elandi's understanding is that the robots have basically been around since near the time they first found the artifacts.
Yes. The congruence.
The congruence.
Yeah.
That was his understanding.
Yes. So the congruence basically helped speed along their process and all of that sort of thing. So you find out that the only person who, and granted, you don't know how much Janelle doesn't know versus how much she's not telling you.
Yes.
You're able to get
and
a pretty
also Elandi's
decent,
not trying to pry too much because he doesn't want to draw suspicion.
of course. But you learn for sure that Barnabas, which you could have assumed, but you learn for sure that Barnabas knows more than anyone else about these matters. Whereas some of the things you really weren't sure if Janelle actually knew. Like, she made it pretty clear, and I think you even did an insight check. She made it pretty clear that she doesn't know how they are controlled. Like
Right.
how their like souls or their directive or whatever is put inside of them. She doesn't picture them as, or I don't picture them as having souls in the way, like I on their character sheet, they're called Warforged, but more just because that works in a similar way. I don't think that they have inherent in that way.
Yeah. And so this is something that she might have. This one of the pieces of information, because a lot of this, like you said, it was kind of, that was the assumption and kind of trying to build off of that. So assuming the robots have existed, Barnabas isn't that old. So there has to be some means of secession between the leaders. So one of the pieces of information he's prying for, and this might be why he's digging through her files, but is it a ceremony thing where like the person in control can pass it over? Is it a genetic thing? Like, is it because he is in that lineage, does he have control? Like, so that's one of the pieces of information he was really trying to hone in on, because there has to be some way of switching over who's controlling him.
Yeah. That is fair. And an interesting piece of information, that I'm trying to think if there would be like a document on her in her office that would say that.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it might be a situation where he might actually be in here more to get a security key to go to the place that, because they would need to, either they would need to keep a physical copy for it to be passed down, or like the person who's currently in control is just charged with memorizing how to do it. But like, there has to exist somewhere this information. Otherwise you wouldn't be able to pass it down to Barney's inheritor.
Yeah. That totally makes sense. I think that, let me just say, to ease your mind, I do know the answer. Mm-hmm. I'm not just making, things up.
I understand.
And not that I think you're suggesting that, but given what I know about the answer, I don't think there would be like a document or a folder you'll be able to find that will give you that answer. I think you would need to get that answer out of someone.
So like I said, one of the reasons I was searching is because after talking to her, that's definitely the feel I got. And presumably that was more just solidified over time. Mm-hmm. Elandi is looking through to find any kind of thread piece, because the last thing he wants to do is directly confront Barnabas. Because that's the Hail Mary move. That's the move where like it either works or he's dead and failed. That is the last resort kind of move. Not that he's unwilling to make it. It's just he's been burning bridges for the last 3 months. It would be a complete waste of all of this effort if he just quietly dies.
Okay, here's what I will say actually.
Yeah. And like I said, even if this is just a situation where he heard that it's in some archive and he's looking for a diagram to the archive or something like that.
So you are able to find documentation, really more like records, I think, from around the time. And it takes some discerning and some like reading from you. Yeah. You're able to find.
He's been reading a lot.
for Elandi, for sure.
Yeah.
You're able to find records and documents from around the time that Barnabas likely would have been like inaugurated or whatever you want to call it. And I think you do a lot of reading trying to find, because I think this is how you would have most likely gone about it. Just like, I think you do tons of reading trying to find anything from that time. And confusingly, you can't find anything that talks directly about it.
Okay. And this is one of a number of places I've searched at this point, you would say?
Yeah. You've not been able to find anything that talks directly about like a transfer of power or like things like that. Like nothing about a ceremony necessarily.
Yeah.
That's what I'll say about that.
So,
and you would, and I will say too, it would make sense that in the records you're finding in Janelle's office, it would make sense if there was some sort of mention of what to do about the police system and like those sorts of things. It would make sense for that to be there.
Yes. Okay. No, that was my follow-up question of, is the information just not here, or is it a thing where I'm looking and it's like page 3, page 4, page 7?
It's not quite like that. It just, through reading it, it doesn't make sense that there wouldn't be something there.
Like the documents are talking around it.
Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
Not directly. They're not like, this page, but like
no. That's not what talking around it, in that like the wording of all the documents and everything almost seem like they're going out of their way not to mention it.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Like talking around it, like in the documents, it's not there, but it's weird that it's not in the documents I'm reading. Like, this is a document on how to shut them down. It feels like command thing should be in this document, like that kind of thing, where it's like, not that there's a shutdown document, but just as an example of like, their absence is loud.
I will say, in regards to what you said,
Did I find a shutdown document? That'd be kick ass.
You did not find a shutdown document.
I take that. I flipped the pig.
Red button under the back of their heads.
Yeah.
Why didn't we ever think to look there?
Yeah,
they've got a soft spot like babies.
Exactly.
But
just push it in,
you do find, you are able to find. Man, I feel like I should make you roll. Actually,
yeah, probably.
I already teed you up, so you know that there's something you're going to be missing, but.
But what is it? Maybe the dice can help.
Investigation.
Do I roll with advantage?
Because you have a bunch of time. What'd you roll?
Not good.
Not good. Whatever. Go ahead.
Hey, much better.
I'm a generous DM.
Thanks.
Sometimes.
Thanks, God.
Tie
15.
More like
tie lore,
because you're making it up because you're.
15. Yeah. You find not a shutdown button or anything, but you do find information on how to do an emergency reboot.
Ooh.
Okay. And do I find what that does?
Sorry, I'm trying to think of what would be in this document.
I'd be curious. I would love to know why, like, if this document says why you'd potentially need to reboot, or if it would just say what the reboot would cause. I mean, obviously it would cause them to reboot, but what the fuck does that cause? You
basically are able to discern that there is a sort of factory reset, kind of, which would not literally kill all the robots, but essentially.
Yeah. So I've been in the factory. Have I seen them at the factory reset stage? Like, is that pre them accepting commands?
No.
Okay. So at what stage? Wait, no to what?
You don't know.
I don't know. Okay.
So I don't think there's any documentation of this ever being done.
Yeah.
But rather like how to do it. And I think you've only seen the robots pre-given any sort of sentience and post being alive, and like if there is a middle stage, you haven't seen it.
Okay. Is it something I'm going to be able to like memorize, or is it something complicated?
Yeah, I would say you could do your best to memorize it.
Okay. Then I will try to learn it best I can. I'm assuming this is the end of any kind of useful stuff I'm going to get out of this room. So I'm going to wake up.
Pop back into your body. And?
Elandi.
What do we see?
First of all, he shakes himself awake.
What are the other two? I'm asking the other two.
There's so many spoons.
Yeah.
Many spoons.
As you come back, we've it's almost, they're not spot welded, but we've been at it for a good minute. Like, I'd say 30 full minutes, and we do this a lot because he falls asleep a lot around us. And it's just like perfect stacks of threes of spoons on his nose, on both his cheeks, on his eyes, like the fucking blocking out the haters kid.
Oh my God. We've given him a wizard beard of spoons.
Just going around. There's no telling how we've done this. Could it be magic? Could it just be like, breathe on a spoon? Who's to say? But as soon as he wakes up,
interlock the forks for like joint stability?
Yeah, we made big wizardly eyebrows.
It's like there's a huge like interlocking system. It's totally
Don't blink too hard; those forks will stab your eyes.
I honestly kind of don't want to move. How many?
Just shake and they'll fall apart.
I know. That's why I don't want to move.
We set up the little. No. We set up the baskets around you this time, so it'll kind of all fall in there, and we'll only have to wash like half.
Did you get a picture?
Oh, hold on. Yeah. Hey, go over there and pose. Do like a wacky
Wait.
Hell
okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. 1, 2, 3. Blue Barnes. And he snaps a couple of photos on like.
And then I'll pull one tiny spoon, like the tiniest.
A toothpick. You put a toothpick.
We're getting
the Keystone toothpick.
I think we should start some kind of contest. I don't think we should enter because we've got like a leg up on the competition, but like who can get the best spoon sort of stacking on Elandi?
Oh man, I judge that.
I would be so upset with you guys, but
we could somehow rope in a pie eating contest too. We'll already have the utensils. I'll work on a blueprint. Maybe next suggestion box. I'll toss that their way.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah, what's up?
I've never not seen you in this break room. What are your jobs? Every time I come to this break room, you're just in here. I've come at random hours, and you're always just in here.
If I'm being honest, I'm just avoiding my husband half the time I'm here. I can do my stuff work from home if I'd like. I just... I could work from home if I'd like. I just, I don't really want to work from home. You can't bring work home.
Don't we have like a human resources man? That sounds like...
That's me, yeah.
No, I see your problem. I was gonna say because I thought we got people to talk to. I don't know about you. My benefits are pretty good. Yeah, I've got a therapist. 100%. I don't use them. But
You're welcome, by the way. I fought for that when we had a union. Now people just saying fuck it because half of them, their loved ones are back on.
Yeah, we lost about half the workforce
literally half the workforce. I was talking about that. I'm not about to take somebody else's shifts, and I'm damn sure not taking Cheryl's shifts.
Yeah.
And for me, man, I can't even explain what I do, because, for me, it ain't even work. If you love what you do, it ain't work. So I don't have a job. I got a way of living.
I thought for sure you were in engineering. There's another guy. Is that your brother who works down in engineering?
Oh, it might be. I don't know. I just show up and I have fun.
You look a lot like him, but I don't want to assume things. People get haircuts, it could be.
Oh, yeah. It's fine.
Oh, you Tucker's twin?
I think so. Yeah, that's exact. Tucker's over in maintenance, isn't that? And then that makes you IT.
Yeah, maintenance, not engineering. He's like maintenance. Well, I mean, I don't know the difference.
I'm gonna be honest. I ain't never done a day. I don't do any work. I wasn't. I wasn't even lying.
Is this how I find out that you two are working the same job and splitting the shifts or something?
Like I said, I've come into the office on purpose maybe 3 times. Every time I'm here, I'm usually trying to steal stuff from the break room.
Sometimes I just wake up and I just show up here and
remember that one time Barney?
Wait, those aren't complimentary.
And they had those tiny tacos.
Oh that was my god, cool those day. Tiny Taco
that was
Tuesday.
A really cool
oh my
day.
god,
yes, Tiny Taco Tuesday. We can't really do that anymore because the taco guy got left behind.
Yeah,
his truck's still here, but I don't know the
rest. Elandi's garage. It's nearing the end of the workday, or it's at the end of the workday. Inside, we see Rankin, Toodlin, and Scrawn working on tables. On these tables, rather than the engine parts and things like that we saw before, we actually see pieces of destroyed robot guard strewn across the table, and they're all working on them. And as Elandi approaches his garage, we see him trip a sort of magical tripwire, and inside the garage, an alarm begins to flash. Not a super loud like siren, but an alarm flashes, alerting the boys to a figure approaching, and they cover the tables with faux tops with engine parts and things like that to mask what it is they're actually working on.
Looks like engine pieces.
It's a new, like a different tabletop that goes on and covers
incredible.
the table.
Like those 8-in-1 like game tables.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yes.
But they do this and they pretend like they're working on these engine parts, and then Elandi walks in. It's just Elandi.
Hey boys, and how goes the ship? Wink.
Oh,
any progress?
Good. Is someone with you or?
Oh, hey, man. Yeah. What's
y'all went home with him?
I don't know. I assume that's what
No. He says that.
I'm checking out for
as he's like putting.
I just meant because he was like going along with the ruse.
As he's putting his coat and like closing the door, and then once the door is closed, he's like, "All right, I'll clear."
Oh yeah, and Toodlin and Scrawn start taking the faux tables off, and Elandi follows, or not Elandi, and Rankin follows you. Or I assume you're going to go back to your office. And
yes,
yeah. He sort of you walk over to your office, and Rankin kind of follows behind, giving you some space. And as you walk in and start walking towards, I assume to add some new information to your Pepe Sylvia board.
Yes, the Pepe Sylvia board hidden behind the disheveled sideways chalkboard or whatever that is there. He like takes the sideways chalkboard down, adds it to the pile of garbage, like just sets it next on the pile of garbage, and there is this Pepe Sylvia board. And he's going to take a piece of paper and write the information he got from the reboot.
Yeah. Rankin says, he kind of comes in and like leans against the door frame, and he says, so you seem to be in a good mood. You figure something out?
I've made a breakthrough. We can reboot.
Really? And reboot? What do you mean? And he walks over to join you at the Pepe Sylvia board.
I hand him the instruction notes I just wrote. I was looking. I couldn't find any information about if it's been done before, but and I don't even have a clear picture on what it'll do to them, except the fact that it'll reboot them to factory conditions. But I don't know what that means, but I bet, and you can correct me because you've been the ones really like tackling these boys, I bet that'll buy us some time while they're in the reboot. And who knows, they might come out of it not as useful. So we might be able to buy ourselves a window. But
that's a pretty big find.
It's a hell of a find.
Yeah.
That's why I'm in such a damn good mood.
That
reminds me.
Too early to celebrate? I feel like.
Oh yes, it's way too early to celebrate. Are you kidding me?
Okay. Sorry.
This is important. Is the reboot like all the robots or one robot at a time?
All the robots.
Okay, okay. So
it seems like it was installed in case something goes horribly wrong.
So, first things first, this doesn't tell us where. It just tells us how. So I still need to find the where. And once they're reset, I have to imagine that's the time that the exchange happens. Still haven't found information on it. But it's the first lead in the while.
Right as you say that, Scrawn comes rushing in into the office, and he kind of like looks at you, and he's got this excited look on his face, and he says, and then he pauses, like, and looks around like he's trying to remember what he was supposed to say, and he looks back to Toodlin. What did you want me to say? You're gonna see this if you wanna. And then he runs back into the garage.
Hold on, Tyler. Hear me out. And you can cut this. Make Scrawn a super genius. but he's just been secretly.
But he's so dumb that he doesn't quite.
No. It's a facade. He's actually been a genius the whole time.
Oh.
Like he's like the main scientist, but whenever people are around, he's sticking wrenches in places.
No, I think he's just really good with his hands.
Okay, I'll take it.
He's patterns and oh god, is he autistic?
Yeah.
Not even in a disparaging way.
No, we're not doing a
but
good
he runs
doctor.
back. He runs back into the garage.
He's a surgeon.
Scron
is a surgeon.
God,
I'm sorry.
That's fucked up.
That show pisses me
that
off.
show's fucked up, but that's fucked up.
My partner is actually autistic, and she's not just walking around. I am a mother. I am a mother. Anyway,
Oh my god.
So, do you follow him into the garage, I assume?
Yeah. First, on his way out, he pops open his desk, clicks a little button, or like pushes on the desk to like activate the secret false bottom. Grabs a handful of caffeine pills, takes them because he isn't getting sleep. That part's real.
that's how you're gonna fucking die. I almost did that for real in real life.
But he takes some caffeine pills to keep himself awake, and he goes to see what Scrom has discovered.
So you walk in, and Scron looks really proud of himself for guiding you back into the room. So Toodlin's standing, almost presenting this table to you, and he says, well, we did it. And you see on the table a robot head and another robot head that's attached to part of a torso that are lit up and seemingly activated.
They're not attached to the network?
I'm not exactly sure. They just lit up. I called you in here as they kind of turned on.
Okay, cover one.
Robots, feel free to.
Directive.
Hello.
Directive.
Hello.
Who is your?
Hello.
All right, I need you two to stop. All right, he turns them to where they're facing away from each other.
Hello.
I need you guys to not talk to each other.
It's just a head trying to turn, but it can't quite get it.
Wait.
By the way, I'm calling dibs on the head. I want to be
just the head, or
just
okay.
the head,
the
not
head
the
with
head
the
on the
torso or
torso.
the head. Okay.
All right.
Matt is the head with the part of a torso.
Yes.
And you can see that like there's like gears moving, and it's kind of doing that thing where like it's kind of caught in a loop of turning.
Yeah.
Yeah, like little steam, like. Oh my god!
Help.
Where are my legs? Where are my arms?
You don't need them.
Oh my god! You're just
no, you
the
don't
head.
need them. No, you're
What?
fine. Listen, you two.
Do that seriously. Of him being shocked that he said. What? I gotta get a clean what? Hold on.
Scrom, hand me the dirty wrench.
What?
He takes the Scrom's wrench, the dirty wrench,
if
and he
you hit
holds
me,
it
we'll
above
hopefully-
them. And he looks down at them. You two need to focus, or you're gonna become parts again real quick.
Hello.
That's better. Now,
Hello.
he hands Scrom the dirty one.
He takes it.
You two.
Yes.
What happens if you'll reboot it?
Yes.
Um.
Hello.
Tyler, is
I
that
don't
something
know.
they would know?
Is it?
I think they're answering you.
Okay.
Like,
I don't know.
No. I'm just. All right.
And,
mean,
and maybe the
does-
wrench you
does
had in your
this-
hand slips and knocks the other one in the head that's been talking that way, and he talks in a slightly normal voice now. Hello.
it was just too difficult.
Yeah, I was
Rankin,
like, yeah, it was like fucking on my throat. It's too bad. I
you're
couldn't.
good. No, you're good. Rankin
Hello.
kind of says, I mean, does this count as rebooting? Is this?
I have no memory of any previous actions other than this moment. So therefore, I do believe I have been restored. Hello.
I also have no memory. It appears that I have no legs and no arms. Do you
What is
have
your-
any
what is your-
arms for me?
We'll get to that. You got to earn
My
them.
big
You want to
hunky
earn your body
body.
parts? We got body parts lying around, but you're going to have to earn them. Isn't that right, Scrom?
Hello.
Yeah.
And he finally idles over and is like facing Scron. Hello.
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 I'm going to not let this loop happen.
It's just two Alexas talking to each other.
Yes. The worst.
And Scrawn,
And
which
Scrawn.
is not helping.
All right. You don't have any memory? What is your
Other than
primary
Searching
directive?
memory.
No memory.
0 data found.
No
What
memory.
is your primary directive?
None given.
Getting arms, getting legs.
Who do you take orders from?
Yeah, I think this sends both of them probably into like a weird loop of trying to remember something that's like hardwired in them, but they cannot.
As far as they can tell, they don't have any directive. They don't have any. They are just blank robots. As far as they can tell.
Elandi looks over really excited at the boys, and they're fully. If this is what factory reset is, if this is what the reset does, that's the ball game. You two.
Yes.
I've been tipped over, and you see him rolling.
He's gonna. So at this point, has he? Well, never mind. I'll just.
If you didn't stop him from rolling, he's going off this desk.
Oh no! Listen, he doesn't. Wait, how are you rolling with just a torso?
Yeah,
because there's like a little hydraulic in his head to try and turn his neck that he's been trying to move with, and it's not good. And so he moved a little too far to an edge or something, and he tipped himself over.
How do you two feel like being honorary? How do you feel like joining the team? How do you feel like?
Will I get arms and legs?
You will get arms and legs, but this is important. You only get to keep them if you don't betray me. If you betray me, they'll fall right off instantly, probably.
I actually don't think that I am programmed for betrayal.
I'm cool with legs and a torso, but arms, you can kind of go crazy.
What does that mean? You want more arms or you want legs instead
more
of
arms? Maybe gun or tool arms, whatever you got.
Scrawn turns to Toodle and says, "Can I get screwdriver arms?"
Ooh, I like his style. He'll get screwdriver arms, and I will get hammer arms, and together we will repair this world.
Toodle pinches the bridge of his nose.
And I think you can't tell because he doesn't have any other limbs, but he hits a JoJo eyebrow or something. Like his face just gets really handsome for like 1.5 seconds.
So you two are on board. You two will follow our commands. Won't deviate.
You brought us back to full function. I see no reason why not.
That sounds good to me. As long as I get arms and legs.
How do you guys feel about lying?
Please, I'm getting closer to the edge. I'm about to break.
To be fair, you can't lie about something you don't know. They clearly don't seem to know anything.
I'm saying, if I were to have them pretend to be guards, like, are you guys capable of lying? Not to me, but in general.
I'm not incapable of it.
What's your favorite color?
What's your favorite color?
Pondering.
Okay, I've decided it's red.
Here's what I'm gonna say. In the state you are in,
mauve.
Okay.
Which y'all can come up with names if you want.
Yeah.
But in the state you are currently in, I think you are susceptible to Elandi's lead, but you will be very bad at not being susceptible to other things.
Very true.
Like, I think you two have zero directive. And you're like, hell yeah, we'll join you, Elandi.
Yeah.
But I think it will be difficult for you to not like resist being swayed to other directions or other things.
Yeah.
All right.
I think he just starts referring to himself as legs because that's all he really cares about.
Legs.
All right, you two.
Nice to meet you, legs.
Hello.
All right, boys. How quick do you think you could get these guys fully functioning?
I mean, if we focus in on it, we could probably get them ready tonight.
And
oh my god,
legs will have legs.
How hard would it be for you guys to install a kill switch just in case?
Legs will have a suicide button.
I mean, I guess that would probably be something they would be able to do. Yeah, we can do that. Like, just in case they do something stupid, go off book.
Yeah, not like a kill, like they explode, just like a deactivate them.
Oh,
I'm just looking for like an off button.
I could do that.
Please don't deactivate.
No, I'm not gonna.
Searching. Searching.
Stop searching. Stop searching.
I have never seen book, but I have apparently over 1,000 copies of
The Secret.
Barney's memoirs.
You can't
Memoirs
joke like that.
of a
That would be
Barnea.
helpful as shit. Okay. He's gonna.
It's mostly
Chronicles of Barnea.
Alandi's gonna have
I picture
them.
it's like mostly embellishments of stuff he's got other people to do.
It's Barney's version of Forrest Gump.
Yeah, exactly. Literally. That's exactly what I was thinking. It's like a weird, humble beginning from a town he's definitely not from. Like,
All right.
Elandi is going to have them make like a little magical remote device where basically he can deactivate them. What are you guys' two name?
legs.
Oh, y'all have to come up with that. I don't think they have names.
Well, no.
I mean, he's sold on legs.
I don't have a name.
I thought he was coming. I thought they were coming.
Yeah,
up with
if
their
you were
own
gonna
name.
make it up, sure. Yeah.
Oh,
I
no,
thought
if you want to let them come up with their own names, that's
yeah,
great.
I was gonna have them. So, what do you boys want to be called?
I think he wants to be called Legs.
Yes,
so
this is a affirmative.
it makes
Okay.
sense only if he wants to be called Legs that I be called Arms.
Yeah.
We'll get you arms. That works. We'll get you arms. All right.
Are you putting legs where legs' arms should be?
No.
And arms
It's
where
in
arms'
a horse
legs
robot.
should
It
be?
is all I've ever wanted.
It is important that they look like normal
Give me
robots.
the power of 4 kicks. I will be an unstoppable tool for you.
But
Puncher.
I will have them have their arms and legs respectively be installed with the highest quality arms and legs we have.
Yes.
Okay, so Rankin, Toodle, and Scrawn are going to work on
also,
that tonight.
Tyler.
What is the plan? Go ahead.
I want to give we talked about this beforehand. I want to give legs the boost. Or one of the boosts.
The what?
Of the 2 boosts I have.
The what?
A boost?
Oh.
Got it?
Sorry, I'm a dum-dum.
Yeah. Anyway,
I'm curious now. I don't know what that means.
that's the
But
point.
I've got it. I've got the
Okay.
boots
You'll
with
find
the fur.
out.
I've
You'll
got
find
the
out.
boots
Okay.
with
So
the
wait,
fur.
Legs has it?
Yeah, legs has it.
Okay, good to know. I assume not like in his possession.
No.
Like you like
With
yes.
the deactivator.
Cool. Sorry for being cryptic.
No, you're cool. I appreciate
Were
it.
you?
I was
I know,
apologizing
I know.
to the other two.
Yeah, I have a question now.
No, you don't need a question.
Oh, I've got a big question.
So anyway,
now. I'm
how long
so
does it
upset
take for
if
them to get
something is
fixed?
What'd you say?
How long until they're like? Is this a time cut or is this
That night.
Elandi can
So-
fuck off? and
So
do
we
something
can
else?
we can time cut. I just want to know what is your plan.
So this is what happens. He's assuming this is what happens when they get rebooted, but he still doesn't know where they're rebooted, right?
Yeah, I think you were able to discern that it's likely in the warehouse they're manufactured, where
yes,
like
like-
those. But you
He
can
knows what the place
assume it's
is, but he
somewhere
doesn't
that
know
you're not
where
going to
it
be able to
is.
easily
Yeah.
get into.
Okay. So he's not 100% sure on the reboot. So I think his plan is that at this point, based on the information he's gotten, he's going to go have a talk with Barney, and Legs and Arms are going to walk with him because it's not uncommon that he's got
Yeah.
robots with him because he's helping out. So if he walks in with 2 robots, that's not going to seem crazy weird.
So we're going to call this the next morning then?
Yes. Importantly, he's going to send if the boys are up for it, he's going to send them to the factory to try to find out.
The boys being the robots or
no,
the
no,
Rankin, Toodle, and Scrawn?
No. Toodle and Scrawn. If they're okay with, because the way Elandi sees it is this is the move. This is the all or nothing Hail Mary kind of thing.
Yeah.
He's basically trying to get them to have a backup plan if shite hits the fan with the reboot or by rebooting. But his plan is to go have a talk with Percy.
Cool. So this following morning, Rankin, Toodle, and Scrawn are headed to attempt to break into where the reboot would happen. I assume you taught Rankin or Toodlin, definitely not Scrawn, how to do it should they get there.
Yeah, well, he wrote it down, and it's up to you if they're smart enough to memorize it or if they needed to take it with them.
Yeah, I think they probably... I think Toodlin probably was able to memorize it pretty easily. I picture Toodlin as the brains of the gang. So we will follow you, and that'll just be in the background. So are you going to Barney's office at Town Hall?
Yeah, I mean, wherever we normally have meetings. He's going to be playing this.
Are you like scheduling a meeting with him? Or
yeah, so
whatever
whatever the normal procedure is.
Yeah, I think you can pretty easily get into his office through the normal procedures. He's got like daily duties he's probably working on at his desk, but but you can definitely make your way in. I think these robots have I feel like they probably have a pretty easy time. I assume you just like ask them to be quiet.
Yes, that's literally, I was going to say, like, once we got close, I'm going to turn to them. Listen, you two need to act. Hello. You see how they have all these other robots who like aren't speaking unless spoken to? I need you two to do that, at least for a little. Silent
mode initiated.
That's honestly, I'm a little scared now. But I'll let you know when you can talk again. This is temporary, I promise. It's just, we're playing a game, and I want you guys to win. So
what does the winner get?
More legs.
Another set of either arms or legs, depending on you want.
I'm in silent mode activated.
We are now both in silent mode.
Robot dicks. Maybe that's what you should get.
Very ASMR somehow in your ears. Very, very quiet. Very, very crisp speaking.
All right. So you're going to head straight to the office. You talk with his assistant, and he lets you in, and you walk right up into his office. You knock, and he says, "Come in."
Hey, Percy. Beautiful morning.
Barnabas, but yeah.
What'd I say? Oh, I'm sorry. It was a late night. I was just
Percy, I think.
I've been chasing down fools all night.
Please, Percy's my father. That's not true. That's just a joke.
Yeah, no, I'm
trying these new things out called jokes.
No, it wasn't bad. Listen, I think you need to soundboard it a little bit, and I'm glad you...
Do you think jokes might be what gets Bond back on board with me? It just seems like that's his whole thing.
Somewhere right now, Bond's nose is like furiously bleeding. Yes, like absolutely, like just like a blood. And he's like, oh,
that's actually
Bond
what I wanted.
Blood.
That's actually what I wanted to talk to you about.
Yes.
Is I know my brother. I apologize for not properly realizing how invested you were in, having good relationships with all of us. And I apologize because I didn't realize.
Oh, no, I think you misunderstand. If you're referring to the committee meeting, it wasn't so much like the relational thing. I mean, as far as relationships, not to be rude, but I don't care that much. I just was wanting to hear what Bond had to say, and I'm sorry, but I thought you acted like a little bit of a dick.
No, you're right.
And if anyone here knows about acting like a dick, it's me. Let's be real.
So, I know you're trying to rehabilitate yourself. I don't know if that's what you're calling it. I think you've been calling it something else. Rhymey. I can't think of it right now. I apologize. What was it?
Barney's. It's Barnabas.
Better Barney Bodacious. Bodacious better Barney.
Barnabas.
The Barnabas
Quincy,
acronym.
The Quincy Fixins.
The
Quincy Fixins.
Damn, I need some Quincy Fixins.
I'm trying to Quincy fix my whole deal.
Cajun gravy,
so I could be a better leader.
Quincy's Fixins.
We might need to. That might also need to be a committee meeting. Anyway, so
we'll come up with a better name.
Quincy's Fixins is it has to be like his equivalent of KFC because I'm like hungry for all kinds of sides, all kinds of sides,
just only sides.
So this is something I didn't want to I thought of it a while ago, and I didn't want to bring it up because, well, for obvious reasons, as soon as I say it, but I really do think desperate times call for desperate measures.
Sure.
I think, and I'm not sure if this is how the government works, I think you need to call for a special election. I think you need to have the people...
Excuse me?
...vote you back in. It's the only... At this point, you're just the villain. And they need to support you.
Wait. I
told you.
Try to give you the benefit of the doubt. I'm just confused. Are you suggesting that like you want to run against me?
No. I was planning on being your campaign manager. Barney.
Oh, I'm so confused.
The people hate you.
I'm sorry.
Let's be real.
Yeah.
I think that's been something you've been working on, right? Part of the reason, and it's something that I didn't want to admit at the time, but my brother was right about, is that part of the reason is they feel disconnected from you. And no amount of PR stunts is gonna have that connection because you're in charge. And you need to give them the option, you know? I could not be in charge and then convince them that you're the right man. That'll be humbling because you don't have to do it. Who's really gonna oppose you? Like, no one else has any idea how to run this, so it might even just be a symbolic thing.
I mean, the people love the splats. They would probably jump at that. That's the acting twins.
Oh my god!
Imagine twin presidents. That would actually be pretty cool. That's a good movie. Actually,
I'm not gonna vote
that's a
for
good
yourself.
picture flipper. Really quick. I'm gonna write that down really quick. Twin.
I love that he's also still using movie after we said that.
Yes.
So,
No,
like,
I corrected the picture.
No, but I like the idea of him being
I like the canon.
Secretly, like he's like, damn, that's better.
Like, oh, that's so much better.
Exactly.
God.
I'm an idiot.
I love
Movie. I mean,
Oh my
picture
God.
flipper.
I love how Barney likes. It
Like-
just feels like he likes Bond way better than Elandi.
Here's
Oh, he
here's-
wants what he
here's
can't have.
I was just about to say. We got like such a good window into who Barney really is throughout this whole conversation, and pointing out the fact that he's still thinking but doesn't give a shit. He just wants Bond to be a yes man like the rest of them already are. Like,
Oh my God.
this guy's evil as fuck. I'm fucking picturing Dr. Kelso from fucking Scrubs turned to
from
11.
Scrubs.
Like very much so. Like he's being a shit to Elandi during and just humoring him basically at this point.
Yes.
And like
Yes.
Elandi can't see through it because Elandi's on his mission, and like he's so fucked. This dude's terrible.
So, what is it exactly that you're proposing, Elandi? Like, let's cut the
Kyle
bullshit.
hates him.
Like,
I just need to say that. You know,
No, I know.
Kyle fucking hates this guy.
like, what are you getting at?
I don't know how succession works in this town. Right? You don't have a child, at least to my
I don't
knowledge.
think we have HBO. Sorry.
This is gonna date this episode. That's funny. That's funny stuff, dude. Yes.
If we do nothing drastic, the city's gonna fall apart. The committee has not been helping. There are more vigilantes every single day. We need to do something drastic, and the only thing I could think of was holding a special election. Campaigning. Talking to the people. You can be charismatic when you want to be, but people can't appreciate it when the charisma's behind the barrel of a gun. And the power you have right now makes it to where you can't shine through. You know what I mean? You're hidden by your own shadow. Now listen, if you think it's a bad idea, I understand.
I think Barnabas is kind of looking down at his desk now. I understand what you're saying, Elandi. I won't win that election.
Why do you doubt yourself?
I'm not an idiot. I'm not an idiot. I won't win that election. And old me would completely write that idea off. Because that feels like just a bad idea. I feel like I need a little more convincing as to why that's not a shitty idea that you just had. And I'll hear you out because it's you. It's not
No. So to be
Joe
clear,
Duradera Schmo.
listen, yeah, and like I said, I've been thinking about this a little while. It's not a situation where, like, we're gonna hold it tomorrow. Because yeah, you'd lose. I agree. The point is that we need to make it long enough to where you have time to rehabilitate your image, right? Because none of your parties have been working, and if you just, as much as it kills me to admit it, I think Bond was right that the robots are a crutch. And I'm really worried because I've been talking to the scientists. I know you've seen the reports. We're gonna run out of robots, and it's gonna happen sooner rather than later. So this can be one, it can buy us time to where if the robots are out of commission, we can resupply. That way, even if things go sour, you can just reassert control and you haven't lost anything. So if you win, the people love you. If you lose, the people are going to hate you just as much as they hate you now. And you can be in power because you're the only one who can control the robots, right? It's like genetic or something?
Well, that's not... I guess that's kind of... Yeah.
Is this some weird thing to do with the orb? The
No, it's
orb of smooching or whatever it was called?
No, it's something in their code. I don't understand it, but
wait, something in their code. That's not what
Yeah, dude. I don't know how we're gonna get that, but are we guards there? Like, are we there?
Yeah, you guys are stationed
y'all are
at
there.
the door.
What did you say, Matt?
Could I ask the robot insight check this one?
I wasn't trying myself to insight check. I was trying to above game insight check.
Yeah, you can roll an insight check if you want.
As a robot?
I meant
so
Elandi.
Oh
fitting.
yeah.
I was about to say, 'cause I just rolled a 1 anyway, so he's like,
I was like,
looking at a
there's
butterfly.
no reason as a robot.
I rolled a nat 1, so I'm
Oh
not
my
getting
God.
any additional
I'm gonna-
information. But
I think what happens is like a spring in the robot's like arm or neck, ping, like pops off, and it makes you like look as you were like trying to like discern something.
as soon as that happens, Elandi turns and like, I feel like that was very helpful to my point. So when I talked to what's the scientist's
Janelle.
name? Janelle. When I was talking to Janelle, she said it like wasn't. I thought it was more ingrained than that. Like I just assumed like it was some kind of like lineage thing where like the blood of your father or whatever touched the orb or something like that.
Oh no, the orb just helped with the ease of production. This is like old magics and mixing that with some sort of technological. I wish there's no one around anymore that I know of that is able to do that. So like once the robots are gone, we need to figure something else out is basically where we are.
Well, that's where I'm trying to, one of the benefits of this idea is it stops the robots from being gone. But also, wait, are the robots copies of each other? Because like, how are the new robots listening to you then? Because that doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry. I might be prying too much. This is way off topic.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, sorry. I don't even know how we got where we are. What is it?
You went on a weird tangent.
With this election thing. Yeah, sorry. I ramble sometimes, I guess. What is it you're hoping to get out of this whole election business?
Security. Bonnie, I feel like I've made it. Well, I guess I haven't. I really thought in these 3 months I would have made my intentions clear to you. And you know what? I apologize. And I guess I never did. While I was reluctant at first, this is, my found family. This is my home.
Like me?
I wasn't going to say that, but yeah.
Oh. I think he's a little surprised by you saying that.
Rolled a 15 plus 9 on deception.
Yeah, he believes you.
So,
Jesus.
I want what's best for you, and I want what's best for the Radera. And I see you every day trying your best, and I see everybody outside hating you more and more and more. And I hate that I can't do anything to stop it. And at first, I was angry about it and wanting to punish them, you know. A man working so hard, getting shafted by the people he's trying to take care of. And I realized after you called me out, rightfully so, you called me out when I yelled at Bond. You know, I realized that was the wrong approach. And it was your wisdom that taught me that, Bonnie. I think we need to take your approach and not mine. And I think, to me, that is...
Don't forget to tickle his balls. Don't forget to really...
I
am
didn't
gargling.
Realize you felt this way.
No, I got your game. I see you. Game recognized game. I understand what's up.
Barnabas lights up.
What's up.
That deception check was so good. He lights up. He's like, "Oh, I didn't realize that we were
showing him your tiny
so
camel.
on the same page."
Well, I mean, I guess
right.
I've been on the same page, and I apologize for not telling you. But
I'm glad to have you join me over here.
I thought we could fix your image by, you know, doing what you do best, which is like making a big spectacle. And I think nothing's more of a big spectacle than a month-long election campaign. You know, you'd have a whole month to not have to be the mysterious man in the background, but, you know, walking around, petting puppies, kissing orphans, you know, like being the man you were born to be, which is a charismatic son of a bitch. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me those cheeks weren't meant for... Oh,
I can't tell you you're wrong. You've got me pegged. But you know what? Maybe I'll bring this into consideration, and maybe I'll start prepping. I don't know. Maybe it's not a terrible idea.
Listen, it's ultimately you're the boss at the end of the day. I'd love to help you on the campaign trail, or if you decide to do it. And I wasn't gonna make a big deal of it, but it is a 3-month anniversary for working together, and I got you something, and he's gonna reveal a pick a like little statuette of
Did Scron
Barney.
make it?
Huh?
Did Scron make it?
If he would make this, but otherwise one of the other ones might have had to make it. It is a picture of Barney, like Atlas on with the globe, except Duradera with boosters going into space.
That's
and
great.
It's like, I wanted to give you this. I'd like you to keep it with you to think about the bond we formed over these months.
Wow, this is incredible. The craftsmanship. Wow.
Yeah, you remember? I think, have you met the boys yet?
You have children?
Oh yeah. Did I tell you it's something I'm kind of doing on the side. I've been trying to give back when I can. They had these 3 hoodlums, and I'm rehabilitating them, having them work at my shop. You know, because I'm usually here with you. Yeah. Listen, I've been trying, and I realize now that communication's been where I've been lacking. You know, not everyone has the tongue like you.
Well, we know that's true.
But yeah, just
well, I appreciate it.
Let me know what you think. Oh, where should I take? Should I take these guys? They need repairs. Obviously, it's been a while. Do I take them to the same place previously.
Take him to. Janelle's shown you where the.
Yeah, no, I was making
right?
sure. I wasn't sure if there's like some kind of thing where it's like they, like I said, I'd never been to school. I don't know if like the robots have to go to like a specific repair place or not. You know what I mean?
No, it's you. You can just take them right over there. You know Janelle, and you should be fine.
Okay, so it's like so they can be fixed at any one of the stations.
Well, just take it to the one over here in this part of town. That's the main one.
Okay, yeah. No, yeah, listen, she told me there was a bunch of them, and then I got real confused. So I wasn't sure if like one's for the legs and one's for the arms, and I didn't know. But all right.
And then legs is like legs. Robot.
Oh, that's weird. All he says is, I don't think he's supposed to. I don't think he's supposed to talk like that.
Oh,
arms.
Hello.
Yeah. See, I need
maybe
to
these do need fixing. Yeah.
And you look, and like one of the arms is definitely up like a praying mantis, and it's one of those like gardening trowel deals, and the other arm is like just a really older like automated mannequin arm. So when he's saying hello, he's just permanently doing like the in the window wave, or like pawing at Barney with his proto mantis.
As he does that, Elandi just takes both of them. And is like, all right, I'm gonna get these guys repaired. I appreciate your time. Mull it over.
Hello.
Let me know what you think. Sleep on it.
Can I have that spring back, please?
So, Elandi, alongside arms and legs, you all make your way back to the robot manufacturing plant. What is the game plan?
So he wants to. Arms was the one that shot a spring out, or was it legs?
Legs.
Okay, so he's gonna walk like he's going to the repair thing, and then he's gonna not go in there because he doesn't want them fucking with these robots. So we're gonna go ahead and you guys ready to go back to the shop?
Yes. Who won the prize?
Did you get my spring back off the floor?
We have more. We've got better springs at the shop.
Okay.
I think you bring them into the building, and you see sitting in the lobby.
No. Hold on.
Waiting room. Oh,
I think
go ahead.
I think you misunderstood. I'm not going into that building because that building would be able to fix what we've intentionally broke. He was heading like he was going to that repair place, and then he's ducking away to go back to the garage. Yeah, because
you're not actually going. Gotcha.
No.
He's just playing a ruse up to try to make it seem like there's like a better relationship.
So you're going back to the garage. So what are we doing?
Fixing the spring first and foremost. And then
you just noticed the one waving arm was like waving a little too tight towards his head, like kind of chopping into the side of his own head.
That looks like that hurts.
Hello.
Presumably Scrum and them aren't there. Are Scrum and they're not back from there? Okay. He's gonna radio them and be like, "How's the recon going, boys?"
Scrawn answers, and he's like, "Who is this? Give me the thing."
God, I love Scrawn.
It's not going great. We're not the best at like stealth, and like we're currently sitting here in the waiting room trying to figure out, like, waiting for our window.
You're waiting in the waiting. Did you? Please tell me you're not holding a ticket in your hand.
What you think.
Please tell me you're not holding a ticket in your hand for like the turn.
No.
What number are you?
Rankin has the ticket.
Okay, you know what? This is on me. Come back. The robots.
We're not.
The robots are a little janky. A spring came out.
James Brand.
Okay, I need you to stop.
That's the spy. That's a famous spy in our world, James Brand.
It's a picture flipper that Barney wrote.
Mm-hmm.
It's original.
I need you to stop.
It's like him
Don't
with way
call
too
yourself
much makeup
James
on
Brand.
in a suit with a gold gun.
I didn't call me James.
No.
Brand.
Stop saying James Brand in the middle of the place you're James Branding in. Come back to the shop. I apologize. I thought you guys would want to do it. This was clearly a mistake. I apologize.
We just
Come
wanted
back.
to make you happy, but this has been really stressful.
I understand. I'm sorry. I'm yelling. I'm yelling. I'm sorry. You're right. I'm sorry. Just come back. You guys have done good.
Okay,
throw the ticket away.
We're coming.
All right.
Yeah,
and
they come back.
Okay. I'm sorry. I don't know why I thought that was a good plan. Thanks for putting a booster in the statue. I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure.
Can you get these guys, see if you can get a little more functionality? It's getting late. I'm going to see
Did
if
you say you put the booster in the statue?
Uh-huh.
Did you say that before?
Yes. Wait.
I thought you said in one of the robots.
No.
Yeah, you put one in me, but you put the other one in the statue?
Yes.
Gotcha. I kind of thought you might have.
I've accessed all the latest James Brand movies. Shall I purchase them for you?
Picture flippers.
Yes, the James Brand picture flippers.
Oh, yeah,
Shall I
they
purchase
definitely
them for
wouldn't get
you?
it wrong. They're programmed to get it right. Can you see if you can, I don't know,
Purchasing
mess with their brains
James
a little
Brand.
bit? I'm gonna go see if I can't locate the reboot station.
All right.
Hey, if you guys don't hear back from me, I really appreciate everything you guys have done.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You too.
I think he meant us.
And his jaw just goes slack, and you start hearing like the intro theme to the first James Brand movie. He definitely purchased them
you
with
need
your
to fix
money.
that. That's a real problem. All right, I'm going. Have
Scrawn
fun.
walks
Good
up
job.
to you before you leave, and he gives you a hug and holds up a little carved piece of metal, and he says, "I made you a bunny."
Does it look like a bunny?
Does it?
And
Does
he
it?
sharpened the edges.
God,
It's a
that's what I was
bunny.
worried about.
Hell
Yes.
Carveth gave him the idea, and he did.
Yes. I love
He takes it. He sighs internally, mostly. Says, "God, it's so beautiful. I'm gonna take this with me, and I'm gonna treasure it. God, you're so good at
love you.
sculpting. I love you too. You and your beautiful frog.
It was a. I said
No,
bunny, but-
your frog statue. I thought the frog statue was your favorite statue. Have you
Oh,
picked it? Is
yeah,
the bunny
I thought
your
you were
favorite?
talking about the one I just gave you.
No, this is a bunny. Listen. You did a good
The
job.
frog is mine. I made the bunny for you.
You can't have the frog.
You
You're
can't
right.
have the frog.
I'm sorry. That's my fault. I apologize. Thank you for the bunny. It's
Can
wonderful.
I have one?
I gotta go take a shit, and he leaves.
I would like a bunny.
Does he
That bunny
leave
looks
and there's
cool.
like a wrench-shaped indent in his butt?
From sitting on it the whole time.
No, because he's gonna poop out a wrench.
Oh, God.
Oh my god.
No. Anyway,
Yeah.
you head back to the manufacturing plant. You're gonna try to break in.
I'm not going to try to break in.
What do you mean? Care to update me on what the plan is?
I can if Kyle and Matt will take off their headphones.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, go ahead.
Elandi, with his mission in mind that night, goes over to the bathroom of the garage, pulls up a loose tile, and looks at a pile of black garment and 2 hand crossbows.
Mm-hmm. I fucking knew it, you
Oh
bastard.
my god.
You son of a bitch. When he took the bomb, I was like, that's Elandi. Like, literally, when it happened, I was like, oh, okay. That's for fucking Jeremy later.
Time to go to work. Cut to Phantom Bolt leaping.
He was
building
saying
to building.
boosters, and it took me a second to realize what he was saying.
Oh
And
I had to say it so many times. I was
bombs.
like, well, this is stop being a
Phantom
euphemism.
Bolt. Oh my god. What
Phantom
the
Bolt
fuck?
leaping building to building
Oh
towards
my
the
God.
robot factory to look for the reboot station.
And Bond still has one as well.
Yes, he does.
Because we were only able to recover 3 of them before that 4th one exploded.
Yes.
Yep.
And just time-wise, this is the same night. Like, literally, he got the bombs.
No, I know. I
and then-
don't even
yeah.
think
Or
Bond
it's the morning.
like, why would Bond
Yes.
have
Yeah,
incited
sorry,
himself
yes.
to see
yeah,
if
all
he could
this
pick
was
up
happening in the
anything?
early morning.
Because he was silent, he kept himself far away. That's so good.
Oh
Bravo,
my
Jeremy.
God.
Bravo. This is
if
what
you-
happens when you play with another DM. You can't guess their fucking moves like that. You can't do it. You can't do it.
And for all those nerds out there, if you go back and listen, all of the mystic archer abilities I used or whatever were actually just him reskinning his daggers to look like arrows.
Oh my god.
They mechanically did the exact same thing.
Hate to see it.
So set the scene for us. What are we doing?
He's going building to building, trying to get onto the roof and try to sneak in.
Yeah, definitely. I think you're able to do that without too much fuss. It's the early morning, so people are about their business. Some people are at work. There's not tons of people out and about. I think you're definitely able to do that without too much hassle.
I got a dirty 20 on stealth just in case.
Yeah, you're good. There's nothing. I mean, there's like a rooftop entry to the warehouse, but there is like no guard or anything on the roof.
Can I see anywhere? So obviously I know the reboot process and I know the areas of the facility I've been in.
Yeah.
Did I see anything previously or do I see anything now that looks like it might be the place I'm looking for? Not that it definitely is, just that it looks like it.
Yeah. I think, so I picture where they're manufactured is like that giant like warehouse like room kind of thing with the really high ceilings,
right? All
that kind of stuff. And at the far end, you remember there being lots of like more technical equipment like computers and things like that, and there being a high security office at the end.
Okay. All
so
right.
Your best bet would probably be there. You don't know for sure. I mean, the DM's telling you.
Did I ever see anyone use like security cards or something?
Not that you recall. There is guard. You remember there being people like guarding the area, but you don't seem to recall like security cards or things like that.
Okay. How close can I get to that room?
I think so it's the morning, there's people working, there's a lot of robot guards working as well. I think you're able to get into the big room undetected. The main warehouse floor, I should say, undetected. I think you're able to see the area we're talking about. I think in that area there's probably, let's say there's probably like 2 guards sitting on guard. There's others around working, but I'd say there's 2 guarding the area. And not like weapons drawn.
No, yeah, I understand.
Similar to the thing from Matt's episode.
Yes.
They're not like actively expecting something to happen.
No, I understand.
Nobody breaks in to places.
What is the closest I could get and still be unseen? Are there any perhaps janitor's closets near that room?
Yes.
Janitor's closets, I'm gonna say no.
Supply closet.
So I'm picturing very much almost like
locker room,
almost like Indiana Jonesy. Like it's easy to like hide behind corners and stuff. Like I say easy, like you're a sneaky guy. Like you have a pretty easy time sneaking around. Nobody's expecting anyone to break in. I think you're able to get within, let's say, 100 feet.
All right.
Maybe you could push up to 80 without needing to like do something to up your odds.
Are these two guards the only 2 guards that I see?
Are they the only 2 guards that you see? They're I said, they're the only 2 that seem to be guarding.
So like if something were to hypothetically happen to them, is there anyone
Would anyone
around?
take notice?
Yes.
There are other guards close enough that they could notice. They're not close enough that they would surely notice. If that helps you.
Okay.
And like I said, you have no reason to believe that they are expecting like intruders. You know.
Okay. I am going to use my ability. I'm going to cast disguise self on myself to look like the scientist whose name I've forgotten for like the 8th time. Janelle. Disguise myself to look like Janelle. And then I'm going to casually walk up and walk between the robots to, is it a keypad? Like, what is it? To get into the room?
No, it's just a door. There's no, like, it's not locked. Like,
okay, then
the guard is like, if you're getting this far already, like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You have to get through a lot of stages to get here, typically.
Yes. How does Janelle interact with the robots? Does she treat them like people, or does she just treat them like set dressing?
I kind of picture her addressing them like a king or a queen would to a knight, like, and not in the like reverence way, but in the,
would she say,
like, you work for me?
Good morning, boys. All systems operational?
Good morning, Janelle. Yes.
Lovely. Keep it up. We don't want anyone breaking in.
Why would you say that? What do you? Is there word of something?
Are you misfunctioning? Crime has been on the rise. Do you not have access to that data? Do you need to be?
No.
Do I need to schedule?
I know that's true. I just wasn't sure if you were suggesting that we should be worried about something. I'm sorry.
I thought I've made it very clear to all of you that vigilance is key during this time. Are you sure you do not need to be put into a repair?
No.
You're operating at 100%?
100%.
Then carry on.
You walk through, and then the other robot that was on guard just goes, yeesh.
Okay, what's in this room? I'm Janelle for an hour.
You walk in.
Yeah.
Yep. You walk in and see Bjorn sitting, observing the computer systems and whatnot. You basically see, kind of similar to what Matt saw or what Carveth saw in the engine room. You see big computers, and it feels like the old, like, what we know, like the old, like, supercomputer rooms. That's kind of what I'm picturing. There's tons of, like, computing power being gone on. You see some tubes with some, like, colorful liquid flowing through. There's a lot of, like, energy and power being given off from all the various technologies in here. And it's Bjorn has a clipboard and is just, like, writing stuff down, kind of observing everything. And he notices you and turns. He says, what was Bjorn's voice? Was it just tough guy?
Wait,
he's a big
what
guy.
is,
he's like,
Bjorn is the other scientist, right?
Yeah.
It's the research assistant.
Got it.
And he says, oh, hey, Janelle. And just continues jotting stuff down.
Real office hours.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's working.
Mm-hmm.
Bjorn, how are we looking this morning?
Fine. Business as usual.
Are you the reason the robots are so relaxed? Are you kidding me, Bjorn?
What did Terry do?
I'm more worried about... I've already addressed him. I'm worried about you. We are on pins. We are on the edge of a cliff. And I come in to say, how are we doing this morning? And you just say, oh, business as usual. No, it's not. Every single day has been another step towards that edge. So I'm going to ask you again, how are we doing today, Bjorn?
Can you give me a deception check with advantage?
Baby. 18 plus 9. Elandi is a very good liar. I'm sorry. I lied. It's 18 plus 8. That's not nearly as good.
I'm
Still pretty good.
I'm sorry, Janelle. No, we're fine. Everything's up and running like normal. I was actually just about to head out to take care of some other stuff.
Before you
I think if this is surprising, I think Bjorn is very intimidated by Janelle.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. This is
we got their dynamic before they spoke any words to each other.
I'm sorry. I'm under a lot of stress, and Elandi's been asking me a lot of questions that, honestly, it's been a while since anyone has cared enough about our department to ask, and I've had to bullshit a little bit. And
What do you mean?
do you still remember all of our procedures properly? I need to make sure that we are fit as a fiddle, because Elandi made me realize I wasn't, so I needed to do checkup. I'm going to give you a quiz this morning. If you pass, you can go out and run your errand. I'll give you the rest of the day off as a reward. If not, you're going to not do your errand, sit with the training books, and I'm going to try again tomorrow morning. I think that's fair. Do you think it's fair? I think it's fair.
Okay.
He's very demure now. It's a little boy in his shoes over there. It's spooky.
Question 1. How were we able to create the robots?
Like,
don't look at me. Some of these are going to be easier than others. It's not a trick question.
Just, do you mean like mechanic, like through engineering, or?
Pretend I'm Barnabas. Answer me the way you would
like
answer Barnabas, because he's the person.
Okay,
I don't
I'm
need
sorry.
to know the technical.
I'm sorry, I'm just confused. We
Clearly I need to quiz the staff more often, and that's on me.
Yeah, maybe. We build the husk, the shell, then we hook it up to the computer, and we press this button and that button, and it like sends over the like
stop.
The
information you're saying is not wrong. But if I was Barnabas, you gave me the wrong answer. I asked,
what do you mean?
How did we create the robots? Not how
like
we create
originally?
the robot. Yes.
Oh, I don't. I mean,
remember, I'm Barnabas. What is the answer?
Very carefully. I wasn't around. You weren't around either. I don't.
No, this isn't.
I'm sorry. I just feel like you're looking for something specific that I'm not picking up on.
Barnabas is our lifeblood. The answer is we were able to do it through the help of Barney and his ancestors.
You know what? That does sound like some shit he would have us say.
Yeah, page 1 of the manual.
Yeah. Nope, you're right.
You're not doing great.
I haven't read it in a while.
It's not a yes all. It's not an all or nothing. But question 2. This one is technical, but remember, I'm Barnabas, so you have to explain it like I'm not a scientist, but like I'm Barnabas. Yes. Under what circumstances do we run reboot procedures?
Oh, I mean, basically none.
I understand. Again, that is the practical answer. What is the handbook answer?
If you asked us to, my lord.
My lord? One, it would be my lady. What is wrong with you?
No, I'm talking to Barnabas, you said.
Oh, you know what? You've got me. I forgot that time. That's on me. That's on me.
God damn it. This is so convoluted.
That's on me.
And I have no idea where he's going with this.
I'll give you credit for that.
I love it though. No, keep it. It's not. I'm not saying that in a bad way. I mean, like he's confused now. Fake Janelle's confused.
I'm having fun, and Tyler's letting me do shit.
He's a dude playing a dude disguised as another.
Yeah,
keep
that's
going.
exactly the energy I'm going in with. All right. Who needs to be present, and where is the procedure performed? Remember, I'm Barnabas.
I guess the only people who need to be present are whoever's in charge, be that Janelle or you, Barnabas.
Are you saying that Janelle could turn off the robots without my say-so?
Not without your say-so. I just meant, like, if you asked her to, like, she would follow your commands, sir.
That's better.
You play a really believable Barnabas, just so you know, Janelle.
I've been here a while, and if you want a position like me, you're going to need to be able to understand his mind. All right, final question. Where is the reboot? Final question of this section. Where is the reboot performed? That's an easy one.
Right here. And he points at the main computer hub in the room.
All right. What are the steps? Remember, I'm Barnabas. I have forgotten the process, but you can't speak as if you know I've forgotten.
Gotcha.
Remember, mind of Barnabas.
As you know,
there we go.
As you know,
start. Much better.
You press a couple buttons.
He's not actually pressing it, right?
Control Alt Delete.
We don't actually have to roleplay it, but like this, he walks through like
he walks through the process,
and he specifically is showing the actual buttons on the actual machines that it needs to be done.
Yeah, he's definitely not pressing them, but
yes,
I will say it's a little bit of a tedious process to do.
Yeah,
like you can't accidentally do it.
Yes. What stage of it requires either Barnabas or the scientist? Like, is it a thing where like there's a special key or something? I mean, this is something that would probably have been in the document.
So I think there is yes, I think that there is a piece of the command that he does not know that you would know from the document you read. I think there's like a final like series of inputs, and I think he would let you know like everything aside from that.
Yeah. Okay. So it's actually like Janelle and Barnabas both know a secret code, basically.
Basically.
That was very good. Where should you be looking when either myself or Barnabas inputs the code?
Oh, away?
Yes, the correct answer is literally anywhere other than that keyboard. All right. You know what? I've been hounding you with this quiz, and I've kind of focused on this section just because it does feel like it's like the last page of the manual. So I do feel like if you know this page, I'm hoping you know the rest. I do think you need to read it up on the beginning, but last question, easiest question. What happens when reboot is initiated?
I'm trying to think if he would know the answer to that question.
What would be in the manual he would have read? Because it has the steps leading up, but it doesn't have the password. Obviously, it just says and then.
So yeah, they're basically like blank slates.
And what is the recovery period? This is all.
We'd have to go and re-enter each one individually.
Now, who is able to give them commands when they're in this state?
I am not sure. I mean,
the answer is everyone.
I'm pretty sure they would take anyone's commands.
That is correct.
Until we like gave them like coded commands information.
Until we reinitialize their OSs, which is done at what station?
It's right outside. There's
of course it's right outside. We're at the factory. How is that a helpful answer? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You know what, Janelle? I think I should go study up some more.
You should, but you didn't snap at me. You answered my questions well. Go ahead and take the day. I've been very scatterbrained, as you could probably imagine, as have you been. What are your tasks for the day so I can make sure everything gets done?
Oh, I was just logging all of the inputs, making sure everything's working like normal.
Okay.
Later on, I was going to check with the staff. No, nothing big. I was just going to check with the staff and get updates from everyone.
All right. Terrific. Thank you.
And then he leaves, and you hear faintly from the other side, "Hey, do not mess with Janelle today. She's in a mood." And then the robot's like, "No, I know. We already had a this was the whole thing."
You hear that same robot, "Yeesh," again.
Yeesh.
And then a spring pops out.
As soon as he leaves,
somewhere the real Janelle sneezes.
Well, Janelle's probably coming in at some point, but
what are you doing? You got now.
So I'm the only one in the room now.
Yep.
What are the exits to this room?
That one.
Non-traditional exits are also valid. Are there vents? It's a big room with computers. You have to cool those sons of bitches.
Yeah, that's
Dude,
fair.
you're telling me my office is fucking
There is
scorching hot.
vents, but it is realistic in that they are not diehard vents.
Well, are they floor or like ceiling vents?
Ceiling.
Okay. I am going to tap on the ground, realize I don't have the password, which means for now at least, this has to be the end.
No, you have the information. That's what you're saying.
Oh, right, because I got it from Janelle's office.
Yes.
Got it.
He didn't know. You do know.
Got it. Okay.
You can just straight up do it if you want.
Tyler, you can set the scene if you'd like. That's 1,000% what Elandi's going to do.
Oh, shit.
All right.
Elandi's going to walk up to the thing.
You
click
walk
all
up
the
to
buttons,
the thing.
put in the sending stone to the boys. Not my main boys, but the other boys.
Your
like
baby boys.
Yeah, my baby boys. And just be like, all right, boys. Now the fun begins. Doot, doot, doot.
He sums up.
You enter the code and you notice no difference.
It didn't work?
I didn't say that. You just noticed no difference from in this room.
Okay.
Like, I mean, you get like a pop-up that says like thumbs up.
You did it.
Thumbs up.
There's just no robots in here.
It's you did it so big. That's what it says on the screen. You did it so big.
He is going to go out still disguised as Janelle and like walk out like normal, but then look left and right to see what the robots are doing.
They're basically like hands at their side version of T-posing.
Okay. He would have waited like a little while to do it. What are there any other human workers in the building right now?
There are, and they are all looking around, talking to each other. Like some of them are like shoving the robots, trying to figure out what's going on.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna look toward the like the OS insertion station or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
What are the operators there doing?
The operators there were robots, so they are doing nothing.
Okay, wonderful. He's gonna go up. What looks like an extremely important, fragile, vital part of this particular machine.
I would say that there is like a tower of a desktop. There's like a clear this is the computing area, if that's what you mean.
Okay, so like there's something that looks like a central like keyboard station thing.
Yeah.
Like a hard to replace thing.
Yeah.
Okay, he is going to casually through this chaos walk towards the doors, and right as he gets to the doors, he's going to shift back into Phantom Bolt. Without looking, pull his 2-hand crossbows and shoot them both, and use Seeking Strike with both of them to hit the desktop. And it's going to do a lot of force damage, so I'm assuming it's going to blow that desktop the fuck up.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's going to open the door of the factory, walk out.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you do that. So you, without looking, shoot backwards at the computing system, and the whole thing fries and begins to short. Sparks fly everywhere, and the whole thing shorts and powers down. And then you see in the room all the lights begin to like short, and the light bulbs pop and everything. And you walk out. The room itself is still intact. There's chaos from within, and you walk out. And as you make your way through town square, working your way on through.
He's using back alleys. He doesn't want to be seen as Phantom Bolt. His goal is to get to his garage unseen, and then like wait for Barnabas to contact him. in his garage.
Gotcha. Yeah. You make your way through alleys, and you actually make your way to your garage, and your three baby boys greet you alongside arms and legs, and you suddenly feel the rumble of an explosion from some other part of town.
Y'all done that project where you make the egg all soft and weird?
Yeah, we did in elementary school.
Crazy shit, man.
I did that shit in high school.
I impressed my science teacher because I knew what it was beforehand because of Zoom.
This is an egg teacher.
No.